The growth properties of raw milk. That's a very controversial subject, believe me. But let's go back. Let's start by going back in time to a man called Rheo Blair, R-H-E-O-B-L-A-I-R, Rheo Blair. He was born in New Jersey in 1921. When he was 16, he had some sort of an accident that left him with only one kidney fully functional. So he was in high school. He couldn't even keep his head up in class because he was so weak. They removed him from class as an invalid. Now, Rheo was desperate to regain his health. He tried the vegetarian diet. He tried the carrot diet. He finally stumbled upon the raw milk diet developed by Dr. Charles Porter at the turn of the 20th century. Now, this diet required you to sip 6 quarts of raw milk throughout the day. And it worked for Rheo. His health improved. His fatigue went away. He put on muscle and no fat. So what he did was decided to take this a bit further and improve upon it and make a living off of it. What he did was he took the milk and reduced the volume by creating a casein powder, adding nutrients to that powder. And he called this concentrated nutrition. Okay? Now, you've probably heard that Vince Gironda always talked about using raw milk, whole eggs, and cream to gain weight for his bodybuilders. And that's where he got the idea from Rheo Blair. And that's where the bodybuilders in the 1970s out at Gold's Gym in California got their information and started to drink raw milk with results, great results. So if you're wondering just exactly what raw milk is from cows, goats, sheep. It's not pasteurized. It's not homogenized. It's not frozen. It's never been heated above the animal's highest body temperature. It has no additives, no chemicals. It's never been treated with light. That's what raw milk is. Now, where does raw milk come from? When it comes to cows, it's from old-fashioned breeds like Jerseys, Guernseys, Red Devons, Brown Swiss, milking Shorthorns. Those are the kinds of cows that it comes from, not cows that are bred for the dairy industry. That's a different type of milk, okay? Now, it comes from cows that eat grass, not commercial feeds or soy or corn, okay? It's, like I said, it's not pasteurized, which destroys the nutrients. And, the pasteurization denatures the protein. And it contains butter fat, which has the vitamins A and D, which is needed for the assimilation of calcium and protein in the water fraction of the milk. Now, raw milk, again, it contains no additives. Now, if you look at powdered skim milk, it is a source, actually, of dangerous oxidized cholesterol and neurotoxic amino acids. And those are added to the 1 or 2% milk that you see in the grocery stores. Now, this is what's interesting is what it actually contains. It's a super nutritious drink. It contains vitamins A, B6, B12, C, D, K2, CLA. People buy the supplement CLA. It contains omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, magnesium, potassium, whey protein, and of course, casein. Now, there are going to be people out there that will object to the idea of a raw milk diet because they say, well, the calcium is going to build up over time. You're going to have heart disease, okay? But you got to understand that the raw milk diet is only used for 3 weeks, okay? Vince Gironda's diet using raw milk, whole eggs, cream, heavy cream was for a similar period of time. You don't stay on this indefinitely, so you don't have to worry about that, okay? Now, lactose intolerance, okay? You don't have that with raw milk, and that's a whole different subject. That's a whole video in and of itself. You don't have to worry about that. That leaves us with the problem of bacteria, okay? It's non-pasteurized, and non-pasteurized milk can carry salmonella, E. coli, and listeria. Okay? The truth of the matter is that only about 1,500 Americans out of 9 million Americans who drink raw milk between 1993 and 2006, only 1,500 people got sick. Now, if you're one of those persons, it's a serious condition, but overall, it's pretty safe. Now, let's talk about that. Now, the Food and Drug Administration is going to tell you that pasteurization does not cause lactose intolerance. The raw milk people are going to tell you just the opposite. The FDA is going to tell you that pasteurization does not decrease the nutritional value of milk. The raw milk people are going to tell you just the opposite. The FDA is going to tell you that pasteurization kills bacteria, and they're right about that. Now, the FDA bans the sale of raw milk across state lines. However, states are allowed to write their own laws regarding the sale of raw milk. They're different from state to state. Some states allow the sale of raw milk at retail outlets, and other states require that the milk be sold only at the farm where it's produced. Now, the laws written to protect consumers also dictate that when the farmer bottles the raw milk, there has to be testing done, and that farmer has to take that raw milk and put it in cold storage until the test comes back negative. So there are safeguards in the system, okay? But, if you go back in time, it's just interesting to learn how various individuals have given testimonials, bodybuilders, as to the growth properties of raw milk, well, how much muscle they were able to gain in such a short period of time, how people that were ill were able to heal their bodies. So it's something to consider, and it's something to be very careful about. You want to weigh the risk and then make your decision. And like I said, there are two different theories on the subject of raw milk. Some say it's safe. The FDA believes otherwise. So you're just going to have to be that buyer beware again.